We're glad to have you back. You're still watching FCT Brief. We're still discussing addressing skill deficiencies in the workforce. Well, Madam Khadijat Abdulkadir, I'd like to come to you. Do you think that the real issue is that in the schools, they are not really teaching what the workforce is actually looking for? Do you think that is where the missing link is in this context?
Well, so just to say that it's a very complex challenge that we are facing, and the reality is that there are many factors to why we are having a lot of skill gaps. And I wouldn't entirely blame the school, but I would say that technology moves rapidly. I mean, every single day you wake up, there is a new skill. There is something to learn. AI just came in now, and we're talking about different versions, you know, of learning systems within just AI alone. And I think that the rapidness of these changes is where the skill gap happens to come from. Now, our educational system has not changed in a very long time. So, and to be quite fair to the educational system as well, that level of rapid change cannot happen across board every 4 years. It's institutional. So even if they were to say that they're going to start creating a new syllabus or a new curriculum every single time that a new particular skill comes up, I don't think that would be sustainable either, which is why organizations like Ingrid Academy actually comes to play. In the private sector, our job is, of course, to profit from problems by solving those problems. One of the things that Ingrid does very well is train for placement. We focus specifically on addressing the skill gap, but not just about the skill gap, but really the employment gap. Because the reality is that we have over 288 clients, which we support within the private sector staffing. Now, our customers are struggling to find staff. So you hear that there's no jobs, but then you hear there's no talent. I can tell you that from an employer's perspective, I would say that there's no talent, right? Because for every one single job that I post out, I get 2,000 Nigerians, for example, applying, but they're not a right fit, right? There are some basic things that I think we need to actually address, and part of those things are what I applaud the government, you know, the SA's office, the Office of the Minister of Communication through his 3MTT program, and a lot of other people within the sector that are trying to address the basic skill gap. Because, you know, you have to get people from 0 to 1, and then we as organizations can get them from 1 to 2. My school, for example, focuses on training advanced skills for placement, because we're more placement focused. I'm trying to train you for employment. I'm not necessarily interested in just training you to train you, because I can only profit from employable talents. And so with Ingrid, we actually set out to give 4,000 scholarships to young people over the last 3 years, and have been giving Nigerian young people 4,000 scholarships every year. Now, out of that 4,000 scholarships that we give out, we focus on data science, cybersecurity, AI, machine learning, some software engineering, and other UI UX design, and some skills that are relevant. But even within that ecosystem where we are operating, things are changing every time. For example, we started out teaching DevOps, right? Because DevOps was important. But later on, we found out that a lot of our customers are asking for DevSecOps, which is like a different variation of DevOps. What happens to all the people that have been trained in DevOps? Well, they have to upskill. So the aggressiveness that goes with upskilling, I don't believe can be addressed within the traditional educational institution. I think that is completely something that would have to be firmly sitting outside and allowed by organizations like ours to really address.
Okay, I quite agree with you that traditional institutions may not be able to rapidly change with the times, but